on the mental health and well-being of many people. And now, as restrictions are being lifted, more people are getting closer to some type of normal life. Still, though, some professions are experiencing dangerous measures as a result of some impacted by the pandemic lashing out. RT's Natasha Sweet has more on the chaos happening to some of the workers just trying to do their jobs.
Don't you dare touch a flight attendant like this.
Here you can see a Southwest flight attendant with a bloody face after being punched by an unruly passenger. The flight attendant had asked the woman to keep her seatbelt fastened while on a flight from Sacramento to San Diego. Unfortunately, this isn't the first flight attendant who was assaulted, nor the first fight among passengers. Airlines are now fining passengers for rowdy behavior, including the refusal to wear a mask when flying, which is a federal mandate through September. Southwest Airlines announcing they will not serve alcohol on board until the end of July after several incidents occurred. And clearly, this kind of behavior isn't just the altitude. You okay? A grocery store cashier near Atlanta, Georgia was killed and 3 other people were wounded earlier this month. Authorities say the argument began over wearing a face mask in the supermarket. A man opened fire, killing a female cashier. A reserve deputy working security for the store was shot twice but survived wearing a bulletproof vest. Another cashier was grazed by a bullet but was treated for her injury. And it may not come as a surprise that a new nationwide survey among nurses expresses an excess ratio of patients. 60% say the ratio has risen to unsafe levels in the past year. This has prompted burnout and even an exodus among nurses. Even while the beginning of the pandemic, many nurses were worried about contracting the virus. Now many fear being assaulted. In fact, Oregon Health Science University Hospital's emergency room is in the process of installing a metal detector. This comes after at least 2 incidents of patients or visitors carrying weapons into the ER.
Now, as flight attendants have a few more months of enforcing a mask mandate, the Transportation Safety Administration is restarting self-defense classes for crew members. The training was halted last July as a result of COVID, but now the free training will be up and running again come July 1st. Reporting for Inquest.
So much pain and sorrow is coming to the cities of America. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yah Bashmashai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to the fellow brothers out there pushing out this word in truth to sincerity. Just coming back with another lesson. And basically the title, it can change. So much pain and sorrow is coming to the cities of America, and really it's already here. Now the clip that you just saw was off RT. And I have the title here. Let me get the title of that video. And I'll try to remember to put all the videos in the description box and post-production, because I'm gonna play some more videos for you, and we'll end the lesson there. But I'm gonna read some scriptures. But the title of that video was Unexpected Attacks. Pandemic Pushing Americans Over the Edge. Now we can go into so many scriptures. I mean, there's so many precepts. You go Isaiah 24, Matthew 24. You can go into 2nd Ezra 9. I have Baruch here. I'm gonna go into Baruch, and I got 2 more scriptures. We'll go to Revelation. We'll just hit a couple of precepts, and we'll just come in and out, in and out. Okay, and just get it done. Sometimes, you know, the lesson's long. Sometimes, you know, short and sweet. So let me get to it. You know, as a title, so much pain and sorrow is coming to America, man. The cities of America, because of the wickedness that you Americans have done, starting with you Edomites, how you have founded, so-called you found America, right? And you built up America and discovered America, but you did it in wickedness, by covetousness, okay, by murders, by lying, by stealing, all the things that are contrary to what the scriptures say, how you should build a town in a city. So now the repercussions are coming, and everybody's like, oh, what's going on? Okay, and the Lord is using the elites on the left-hand side to pretty much crash this place, crash the dollar. Okay, you lofty Americans, you Edomites that had a lot of money, even you Jakes that have a lot of money, that's all going to be taken and stripped away from you. And you're going to receive so many of these different plagues that are going to come to America. Okay, and that's gonna make us happy, right? The scriptures say, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. Let me bring this out. This is Baruch 4. I'll start at 30. It says, take a good heart, O Jerusalem. Okay, the elect of the nation of Israel, take a good heart. Okay, meaning a good mind. For he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. And when you go up, it talks about us being in comfort because our captivity is ending, as well as the Most High. He's given us the knowledge that he has put all these things upon us for our sins. Okay, so we've repented, we've come back to him, and now we start calling upon his name. And us doing that, okay, it's pretty much crumbling the very building blocks of America, these people's minds. Okay, hell is coming. Now it's time for these people to be plagued, right? We were in captivity, we were made fun of, we were taken advantage of, we were the prey. Now it's time for these people to be the prey. Okay, Esau, Edom, the heathen nations that were complicit with them, as well as 2/3 of Israel who have sold out and now they're worshiping Satan, whether they're calling it Caesar Borgia, Jesus Christ, or they're in a black conscience, or they worship women or hip hop. It's nothing but a form of Satanism, okay? Because there's only one power, there's only one God, okay? That's Yahweh Shema Shai. So we have a good heart, a good mind. Why? Because we have the understanding of why all these things happen and why are all the things happening now in the future. Okay, and the future of Babylon the Great is total destruction. Okay, and we're seeing and we're experiencing these things a lot live, basically. Okay, miserable are they that afflicted thee. See, and rejoice at thy fall. So now these people are catching nothing but pure hell. And it has always been happening, but this scamdemic has really progressed. It has really pushed it forward. Okay, it has really forwarded prophecy. Okay, this whole so-called scamdemic, this lockdown, the World Economic Forum, they said they want to use this scamdemic to forward their agenda.
First, I think it's very important to know that the COVID-19 pandemics just has accelerated certain trends which we had seen before and which actually were discussed in Davos this year, like the lack of inclusion, the lack of paying sufficient attention to the environment. So what we will see now is acceleration of those trends, and of course, a unique opportunity to reset our global agenda, to do something about all those negative developments. I include also the lack of international cooperation. Because if we don't address those issues, we will end up in a much worse world than we are today.
On the left-hand side, well, the Most High is using and has used this whole lockdown and these different jabs and this whole controversy of the mask, okay, and frightening people, making them scared, as really forward the Heavenly Father's purpose, his will, his agenda on the right-hand side, as well as on the left-hand side, okay, because as the left-hand side agenda moves forward, the right-hand side of the agenda moves forward, and at the end, the right-hand side of the Most High's agenda is to crush and quell, okay, and stomp out the left-hand side, okay, which is Esau, Edom, the wicked elite on the left-hand side, okay, in high places, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, these men that are masters, magicians, and use high-level witchcraft, which they have received from the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side to fulfill their will, to fulfill Yahweh and Yahweh Shai's will. Because all these things must come to pass in order for them to be taken out and for us to be raised up. Okay, so we're all for it. All right. So now it's misery is coming to these cities. Let me read that again. Verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Right. All these nations have rejoiced at our fall, starting with Esau, Edom. Now you're starting to see them. They're all messed up. You know, their wealth is being taken away from them, right? They're being discriminated against. Their history is now being brought up and questioned. Okay. And now they have to humble themselves. Now they have to act like they love you, you know. And then there's certain Jakes that are doing better than them. Okay. Let me continue. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Okay. Babylon the Great, America, as well as we can talk about these other countries who have also heaped to themselves slaves, because everybody got a piece of the pie. Okay. And all nations had a piece in the downfall of the nation of Israel. Okay. You can read Psalms 83. The scriptures clearly tell us that. Okay. That's simple. That's easy. Okay. That's basic Hebrew knowledge 101. We should already know that, how all these nations have had a part in taking us down. And not only that, now they have benefited off of us being at the bottom, being the servants, right? They have benefit at the fall of Jerusalem, and they clapped their hands, you know, they hissed, right? They rejoiced because they took advantage of us. They were able to basically take advantage of our free labor, take advantage of our ignorance. Okay, take advantage of us being on the bottom and them being on the top. Okay, that's basic principles. Okay, you have a nation that's on the top and you have a nation that's on the bottom. The nation on the bottom is catching pure hell because they're doing the bidding for the nation on the top. Okay, and the nation on the top, they reap the benefits. Okay, starting with Esau, Edom, which is at the very top, and then we can trickle all the way down to the other nations. And that was prophesied, how these nations will get very high, you know, in stature, in political stature, in economic stature, and financial stature, okay, above the children of Israel. We're the greatest people, by the way. Okay, now it's time for these cities to be destroyed. Okay, your people, you Americans, to dwell in misery and sorrow, and to understand how that feels.
Look out at San Francisco tonight, where a new city poll is showing disappointing results tonight on the quality of life.
KPIX 5's Betty Yu spoke to current and former residents and is live on the Embarcadero tonight. Betty?
Can both of them agree that crime has worsened in San Francisco in recent years? And that poll also found that more than 40% of people surveyed would like to move out of the city in the next few years. Many already have. It's become a common sight during the pandemic. Needles like these splattered on the sidewalk outside a financial district condo across from a 5-star hotel.
There's nothing worse than seeing such a beautiful place in such disarray. And I really thought I was going to be sad when the movers loaded up the last container on Saturday, and I have never been more relieved.
After more than 12 years in San Francisco, Lindsay Stevens recently sold her place and moved to the Palm Springs area during the pandemic.
I honestly think in the last 3 years, we've seen a massive decline in the quality of life, and that was only enhanced over COVID. You know, the homelessness has been a severe problem. People are not feeling safe walking their dogs. The number of break-ins seem to be, you know, constantly on the rise.
Her feelings are reflected in the results of a new poll by the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce. 80% of residents say crime has worsened in recent years. 70% feel that quality of life has declined. Nearly 90% say homelessness has worsened. 76% believe that increasing the number of officers in high crime neighborhoods should be a high priority.
I think safety is a huge concern. Even 2 years ago, when I first initially moved back to the city, I never viewed certain neighborhoods as necessarily unsafe.
That's until 24-year-old resident Minku Lee became a victim himself this past Friday. He was headed to happy hour near the ballpark on 3rd Street with his friends when he says he was racially and physically attacked by a homeless man.
I'd said a slur or two, forcefully pushed me over / tripped me. Really startled by the incident.
An overwhelming 82% of those polled said they'd like to see more caseworkers on the streets to help people with mental illness and substance use problems. Nearly 75% supported more temporary shelter for homeless people.
Yeah, Betty, I'm wondering, this is what people are telling you. What does the mayor have to say about all this?
Well, she said recently that the city needs to make more investments. Earlier this month, she did announce a $1 billion investment over the next 2 years to help fix this homelessness problem. That would include more housing and mental health services. Ken?
Betty, you reporting live. Thank you, Betty.
Okay, because these nations don't have any empathy for us. They don't give a goddamn. Okay, only you Israelites care about the woes of the other nations. Okay, when we experience, the heaviest judgments of all the nations. Okay, now it's time for you nations who have rejoiced over us to experience these things. Okay, one after another, and you have no comforter, you have no savior. See, we have a comforter. It says be of good comfort. Okay, when you read up, take a good heart. All right, so that's why we still got a smile on our face, even though this world is dead set against us. It's really the system. You say, some say the system is broken. No. And we are going into that last camp, if I'm not mistaken. The system is broken. The system is not broken. The system was never set up for you so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans to win. And the only time you have the illusion, okay, of you winning this society, which is nothing, what's that? Money. You have money to buy things. That's about it. That's about it. You have to bend over and sell your soul to Satan by getting popped, or doing homosexual acts, or doing wicked acts on the left-hand side, sacrifices, and it's all coming out. It's all what you jakes that are in these positions. It's coming out what you do to stay in those positions and to get in those positions. Okay, because everything covered. Okay, it's going to be uncovered. All the lies and secrecy, they're going to be uncovered. Okay, starting with Esau, Edom, the man of sin being revealed. Okay, so this whole scamdemic has just exacerbated the inevitable fall of Babylon the Great. It was just a matter of time. Okay, and we're in the beginning of these sorrows to where these things are just increasing each week, each month, each day. And you're gonna watch 2 more videos after this. I'm gonna show you here in the Bay Area how much hell is going on in the Bay Area. Okay, just 2 videos going into car break-ins, and basically the standard of living is dropping. People are fleeing. People are getting the hell up out of here, man. Okay, the car can get broken at any time. Your possession stolen. Okay, people don't like to ride on the train because you can get your neck slashed. That's happening. You get beat up, get robbed. Okay, these so-called random attacks. None of these things are random. This is judgment of the Lord. Okay, and we're only going to see these things just come to a point to where it's just nobody trusts nobody, and people are out just to kill each other. It's going to get real violent, especially when a lot of your resources, your necessities, right? Food, water, clothing, shelter, when these things are taken away from you. Okay, and you're not going to be able to get any of these things. People are going to become super cutthroat. Okay, super cutthroat, more than what they are now. Okay, really, this is light work. This is nothing but light work right now. If you bugging out now, hey, how much more when shit really jumps off? Okay, when the lights go out, when the grid goes down. Okay, when this man completely locks down this place, you're gonna see people lose it, and they're already losing it. Okay, let me continue, because this is prophecy. Okay, this is prophecy. Let me read 32 again. It says, miserable are the cities which thy children served, right? We served, okay? And we didn't get we didn't get nothing for our labor, all right? All that hard work, and you know we was working hard too. Jake's the best workers. You know, we was working hard. They took all type of advantage over us, all right? And now they own it. They own the big hill, you know. They sipping they glass of lemonade. When they open up their bank account, that shit got all type of zeros in it. They ain't heard for nothing. But now you're starting to hurt, okay? Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, okay, and was glad of thy fall. These Edomites, these other nations were glad at our fall. They were so elated that they took us down, okay? And they're happy, and they're still happy now. And they show it through their policies, through their laws, through their legislation, okay? Through the way they set society up. All right, they make sure that you so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans stay at the bottom. And if your ass want to come to the top, you better, your ass better be bending over. All right, you don't have no say so. You want to live in that mansion? All right, you want the $1 million? Well, you better worship Satan. But that's how you get to the top. So certain of our people, they were set up to do that. Ultimately, if we want to just get down straight to the point, certain of our people were set up to worship Satan in the last days and to turn their back on Yahweh Shemal Shai. Okay, we were set up to what? To repent and come back to Yahweh Shemal Shai, right? And to receive mercy for the things that are coming to the earth. Because Jay doesn't understand. Okay, oh, I'm an Israelite. No, I'm an Israelite. Nah, man. The Most High, it's judgment time. It's judgment day. Okay, the Most High is about to wipe this place clean. All right, and he's about to destroy a lot of people on the earth, man. And I can't wait. Okay, I can't wait till the Most High just start destroying you wicked people on the earth. Okay, like I said, we might bring it out. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. Because you rejoice. Wait, hold on. You rejoiced at us. Well, let's read it again. And that's why they don't like us reading the scriptures. Let's read it again. It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin. Okay, you see Jake on drugs, Pan singing out there. Really, you see that Jake got no clothes on out on the street, high off all types of drugs, completely bugged out of their mind. Esau in his heart doesn't say, man, you know, why is this happening? We need to help these people, man. Let's get them some money. Let's put some clothes on his back. Let's feed them some good organic food. You know, let's get them some counseling. You know, let's do the right thing. Now they're the ones who put them there. You know, they're saying they're cackling and they're laughing. Look at that. They'll take their kids down to downtown and say, you see these black, they're animals. I never want you, Susan, you better never get with a black. I'll disown you. Look at these people. They're animals. They're monkeys. They just kill each other. And a lot of times you fall into those, you fall right into the trap, right? You fall right into the trap. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. So, you Edomites who saying, woe is me, woe is me. If you doing bad in this whole scamdemic, you doing bad, you a low-level Edomite. We don't feel sorry for you, okay? Because when you were on the top, you wasn't feeling sorry for us. Let's all the BS, all the politically correct bullshit, all the so-called fake love, okay? All the smooth words. Let's get past all that. Let's come down to reality. We speak in realities. And the reality is you rejoice and you didn't give a goddamn how, our people, the so-called Blacks, and Native Americans, if they were, in poverty or in distress, or anything that they went through. You don't care. So if you're doing bad right now, hey, you're an idiot. Okay, you should be doing good. You should be rejoicing. Okay, let me bring that out real quick. If you eat them, you need to be doing the most. Okay. We're gonna bring out Lamentation. Give me a second. Lamentation 4. Lamentation 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz, because this is your time. This is your time to shine, so to speak. But the glory days of America, they're done. They're finished. It's no more of that. If you didn't have fun back then I mean, shit, you just missed out, really. All right, and you think because it'll open up that it's going to be, you know, get better. This shit is completely finished out here, okay? And so much so, people are scared to stay in their neighborhoods. They're leaving, they're fleeing away from, you know, these big metropolitan cities, okay? Because nothing filled with drugs and homelessness and violence, okay? And it's only increasing. It's only going to get worse. So you Edomites, you need to take out more loans. You need to just get jabbed up so you can travel the world, okay? The last few seconds you got, okay? And do what makes you Edomites happy, okay? Which is nothing but wickedness, of course. The cup also, let me read that again. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz, which is modern day America. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, which is that cup of trembling, the cup of slavery, the cup of sorrow, the cup of misery, which we drunk. We got a double portion of that. Okay? The things that Esau was doing to us, man, he was getting busy. And that was the anger of the Lord. So how much more you people? See what I'm saying? Thou shalt be drunken. So you're going to be drunk off of this. Off of these miseries that are coming to your cities. Out there in Europe too. Them so-called Europeans, them rich Europeans, them Edomite Europeans, they catching nothing but pure hell out there too. Okay, so it's really coming to the whole earth, but how much more Babylon the Great, in which the Most High is going to completely wipe off the planet Earth. Okay, it's going to be a big, vast desert land. It's going to get hit with 200 million warheads, missiles. And before that actually happens, the Most High is going to send so much pain and sorrow in the form of economic woes, okay, as well as turning people against each other, okay, taking your food, taking your water, all right, kicking you out on the streets, not having peace of mind. That's hell, not knowing, you know, where your next meal is going to come from, you know, not, you know, living out of your car with 4 children. That's actually happening. And it's going to increase to where these Edomites are in these nice homes and, you know, living on the top of the hill, they're going to get kicked out of their fucking house, okay? And Esau, at least they don't, hey, man, them niggas, they don't give a shit, okay? Because they want to enslave everybody, okay? They want to be a few select, you know, men that enslave the whole earth. That's not for you, Esau. That's not for you. That's for the elect of the nation of Israel. We're going to fulfill that role, okay? But we're going to do it in righteousness. And we're not going to enslave our own people. Okay, all our people, all the men of our people are going to be kings and priests. Okay, but you doing, you know, Bob the Builder, you don't give a shit about Bob the Builder. Okay, you want to jab him up too. Okay, you want to put him to death too. Okay, you want to put a charagma in him too. So, hey, you Edomites are finished, man. Your own people don't even love you. Okay, thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. All right, so we're done with there. Let's go back. We'll finish up this. Baruch 4:33. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, right? And her pride, and we're in Pride Month, right? How ironic. And her pride shall be turned into mourning. See? Her pride shall be turned into mourning. And these people, hey, man, I had a client, man, almost went through a complete breakdown, man, right in front of me. Okay, that has happened several times. Just so overwhelmed at life, man. told me she wanted to, kill her kids. You know, that shit's crazy. Even for that to come, like, not, you might joke, but actually be serious. You know, it's going to come a point to where, hey, those thoughts, they going to just get so overwhelming, man. And it's already happening. People killing themselves, killing their whole family. Okay, they might have lost all their money on Bitcoin. Okay, they got fired from their job. A woman left them. Okay, on all type of drug, just mind-altering drugs, whether the prescriptions or street drugs. And more people are turning to these street drugs. They need that. They need something harder, to completely wipe away that pain, right? But it's to the point to where you ain't gonna find it. It's just gonna be just so much misery, man. Just so much hell, just pressing upon you. All right, that's what's coming, and we love it. All right. It says, "For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting." That's the end game. The end game. The Most High really gonna have mercy on you. He's just gonna burn your ass up. Okay. So that's the end game, is for fire to come and to destroy America and the inhabitants of America. Okay. A die-off. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting. So even these other nations that are shooting the fire, that's the Most High putting the spirit on them to shoot the fire. That's his fire. Those are his weapons of indignation. Okay. As well as Yahweh Shai coming back with the mighty angels. Okay. Getting busy with them laser beams. And you know he going to destroy everything in his path. Okay, all you fighter jets, you're gonna get destroyed. You're gonna get disintegrated, as well as just a thought. Seeing something on this magnitude actually happening in reality, not on a video game, not on the big screen TV. Your family, watching a sci-fi movie. At the movie theaters, you got your popcorn, right? You got your popcorn. The kids got some ice cream. You're like, well, that's cool. You got the 3D glasses on. You might even have the moving seats. No, this is going to be reality. Okay. This is going to be reality to you, for you cities here in America. Okay. For you Babylonians. That includes you Jakes too. 2/3 of you. You're going to receive that same fire that's set up for the Edomites. Because the fire that's coming is really for the Edomites, as well as the other nations that have cleaved unto the Edomites, that are here in Babylon the Great. Okay. They receive their judgment also. Okay. See all these nations, Moab coming over, Ammon and Ham and Ishmael. They're coming over to receive judgment. The Most High ain't dealing with them. Okay. So they're going to receive that fire that's for the Edomites, as well as 2/3 of you sellouts, as well as 2/3 you bug outs and the rebellious house of the nation of Israel. Okay. The house of Saul. They're going to receive that fire too, man. But you're going to come back. See, the good thing about that, you're going to come back in the kingdom. Okay, you're going to come back on the second go around. All right, and you're going to be righteous. You ain't going to be able to go off. Okay. Long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. And that's just going into these wild creatures that are going to inhabit Babylon the Great. Okay, it's going to be the forbidden zone. No man will ever set foot here in Babylon the Great. It's going to be a memorial, okay, for all eyes to see for eternity. Okay, what the Most High did to the Edomites. Okay, which the Edomites are just a symbol of rebellion against the Heavenly Father. Okay, so that's what's coming, man. And you had your heyday. You took us down. You made merry. Okay, you made all type of money, and you were in comfort, dwelling in comforts, and no cares. Okay, you didn't have a care in the world. You Edomites at one point did not have a care in the world. You were in your kingdom, living it good. Okay, we can go into all type of things you did, but let's just finish it off, and then I'll just play those two videos, which is nothing but a microcosm of what's going on in all these different cities, especially these main cities. Main city like New York and LA and Chicago and Atlanta, okay, and Houston and Dallas, okay, Philadelphia, okay, all these different main cities, Seattle, okay, Portland, Oregon, as well as these things are happening in these other cities too, Okay. So more misery, more misery is coming. So much pain and sorrow is coming to the cities of America. You know, and we love it. We can't get enough of it. Okay. We feed off of it. All right. Because these things have to come to pass so Earth can rest. We want to rest, man. Okay. We want to rest from our labors. All right. And in eternal rest. So we can be good, man. We don't want to deal with this BS. Yet we got to suffer it just a little bit longer. Just a little longer. All right. Just a little bit longer. And this shit's going to be done. But before that, this shit's about to get wild. Okay. It's about to get wild. And if you are not wholeheartedly believing in Yahweh Shema Shai in that day, man, I mean, whew. Let me just go right to the point. Where do I want? Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out where, because I want to go right to the point. I can't even find it, but let me just read. Let me just read because I can't even find it. Let me just go to the top. This is Revelation 18. We'll just read quick. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen and become the habitation of devils, just as we read in Baruch, okay? Meaning those desert-like creatures, and the whole of every foul spirit in the cage of every unclean and hateful bird, for all the nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxing rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And these nations, you can see the things that are going on in Babylon the Great are going on all over the earth, like this whole transgenderism, right? I seen a video earlier. It was on RT also. It was out there in Turkey. Okay, and which they're Edomites too, but you got Arab, you got a lot of Arabs in there. They mingled, the Turks are mingled, okay, with a lot of Edomites. Okay, that's Esau that mingled with the Arabs. Those are the Turkish, okay, and they is Islam, you know, so they don't play, you know, they don't play those games, but that you can see that movement being pushed, and there was some clashes that were going on, you know, with so-called transgender activists. Okay, you can search these things up. There's so much things are happening. Okay, you gotta do your own research. You gotta be watching. All right. So everything that a Babylon America pushes, the other nations, they drink it. Okay, they drink it, and now they're falling into that same state. Okay, those same miseries and woes are going to befall them, but on a lower level. But they're going to catch hell. These other nations, they're going to catch pure hell too. Shit, a lot of them are already catching pure hell. They're already in extreme poverty. Okay. Oh, excuse me, I lost my place. Let me continue here. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. That ultimate plague being those nuclear missiles. Okay, so we're gonna be beamed up. A loud voice from heaven. It's gonna gather us. Okay. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities. So the Most High has never forgotten. Okay, just because you thought that the Most High, because the Most High didn't judge you that particular moment, or say 20 years, all right, and you were able to do all this. You got puffed up in pride, okay? Nah, the Most High said he remembered. The time difference is different. And then ultimately, when this place goes down is the time that the Most High wants it to go down, okay? Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she has filled fell to her double. So how much more, how much hell is going to come to these cities of Babylon the Great? Double the hell. Okay? It's about to get super bad, and we're seeing it, man. This whole scamdemic exacerbated it. It furthered these prophecies coming to pass. The love of many waxing cold. Okay? Egyptians fighting against Egyptians. Okay? These things have furthered themselves. They have hastening. Okay? Right? And we're the year of hastening. Okay? The coming of the day of Yahweh Shemal Shai. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, right? You were living so good, so much torment. This is it right here. This is it. Let's read verse 7 again. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. Hey, so expect torment and sorrow. Great torment and sorrow that's going to befall the cities of America. And that ultimate torment and sorrow, which is just the cherry on the top. Okay, it's like when you create a masterpiece, right? You create a masterpiece, say you're a painter, you create a masterpiece, boom, 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 boom. Then you do the last finishing touches, right? And what's the last thing you got to do to put your stamp on it? You got to sign it. You got to sign it. Boom, it's done. We don't have to do nothing else. It's a masterpiece. That's those missiles, man. It's going to finish this place off. Because this place is already going to be finished. The missiles are just going to finish it off. That's mercy. Okay, wipe it clean. Clean it up. As well as clean up the rest of the earth. Okay. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she has said in the heart, I sit a queen. Which the word queen means what? You know what? Let me see if I can. Let me see in a blue letter. We know the Apostle Gabar brought this out a while back. Which the word queen means whore. When you look it up, when you go into the etymon of that word queen, you got the black woman talking about queen, not even knowing what that really indicates. But let me see if I want to just type this in the blue letter, just see what it says. But we already know what it means, right? Revelation 18:7. Just bear with me. Right, let's see what this word queen means. Bear with me.
Strong's G 938. Basilisa.
Doesn't really give me too much. It just says queen. Right? But if you go into the etymon of the word queen, okay, which I don't want to, kind of veer off. It basically means whore, which Babylon is considered a whore, right? Babylon is considered a whore. Read Revelation 17. Okay. I sit as a queen, a whore, and am no widow. Yeah, a whore that's gotten proud. And shall see no sorrow. She's been, hey, here it is. It's this woman that's going around laying with every man, spreading her diseases, living good. Every moment is pleasure. And has been doing it for how long? Just been doing it for so long. And just have men worship her. Okay. Being set up on a pedestal. Okay. Sips all on her line. She can do whatever the hell she want to do to these men. Okay. And is in power. So sit back, just relaxing. Right. I'm a queen. Ain't nobody touching me. Well, hey. You about to get touched. You about to get touched in ways you don't like. Okay. All right. Babylon the Great. These cities. Okay. You Edomites. Okay. You other nations. You heathens. And 2/3 of you wicked jakes that have to be destroyed. Okay. Because you're right along with the narrative. Now, some of you might speak out against certain things, but overall, you're okay. Okay. Certain things can be better. Certain things can be better, but outside of that, you love it here. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, just as we read in Baruch, precept upon precept. Okay? Literally, when you go into the scriptures, all the scriptures say the same thing. Okay? They all say the same thing. All right? The ultimate judgment of Babylon the Great, which is America, is being burned with fire. Okay? And we can't, we're really at this point, it is a countdown. You know, it is a count. We're just patiently waiting, suffering until the Most High burns this bitch with fire. Okay? And before we even see the fire come down, what did Yahushua say? What will I if it be already kindled? I have come to send fire on the earth. What will I if it be already kindled? It's going to be all type of fires going on. Okay? There's going to be all type of hell happening. All type of miseries happening in these cities. Okay? So-called random attacks. Okay? People just being murdered and shot down in cold blood. These people don't give a goddamn, man. You think these people care? There was a video of a dude that went on a plane. He just completely lost it and bugged out and tried to open the plane and crash everybody. He literally tried to open the emergency while they're flying, the emergency door, and crash everybody, man. They had a, you know, hella people had to, you know, hold them down. So all type of things are happening, man. But if you're in your little world, okay, if you're in your little box, hey, the Most High gonna open up that door and let you know that He's there with this judgment. So you're not gonna be able to run and hide. Oh, I'm not gonna look at those videos. Oh, I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Well, there's gonna come a time when you're not even aware, okay, when hell, misery is gonna be staring you dead in the eye. It's gonna be hugging and kissing on you. Okay, it's gonna be caressing you. Okay, for all the non-believers of our people that brush this off and think this is, you know, the Israelites, you know, all you jakes that are bullshitting, not preaching the word. It's gonna come a time when the Most High is gonna open your door. Okay, you sleep 3 o'clock in the morning. The Most High is gonna open the door and He's gonna be standing right over you. Okay, 3 o'clock in the morning. As a metaphor. Okay, as a home invasion. Okay. That's a metaphor for a home invasion, how the Most High is going to come upon the unawares. Okay, as a thief in the night. Okay? Let's read that verse again. We'll just finish it there. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. In one day. It's only going to take one day to get this place out of here. Really 1 hour. But this day is representing a more, you know, macro sense of hell and plagues coming to this place. Okay. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. That's the cherry on the top. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. So everybody's going to know the judgment of the Lord in that day. You're not going to be able to run from the judgment of the Lord. Okay. So, you know, that was it on, that was it for the lesson. I'm going to put those 2 videos, watch those 2 videos. Until next time, shalom to the elect.
First, our top story, thieves working right out in the open. The neighborhood seeing a jaw-dropping rise in car burglaries. Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. We start with a spike in car break-ins in San Francisco. And we're not talking just more than usual.
Yeah, one police station is showing an increase of 753% from this time last year. We sent KPIX5's Kenny Choi find out what's driving the numbers sky high. Kenny?
Ken, it all comes down to more visitors coming into the city of San Francisco, more crimes of opportunity. It doesn't matter where you park your car. All these business owners in this area say that it is happening every day, and they are seeing it. We only had to drive for a few minutes in this area before we noticed several car windows shattered.
They took it. Holy crap. That's so fast.
Our cameras started rolling just as these ladies came back to this parking lot near the Embarcadero to find their car windows smashed. It wasn't just them.
There's some glass over there, there's glass over here. They didn't think nothing of it. And we show up and sure enough,
This car just got broken into. The owners of this car haven't even returned yet, and you can still see the bags inside. And if you look over my right shoulder, that's not all. 2 more cars.
I expected if I called 911, maybe a cop would come.
It's kind of a little bit scary. We don't really see stuff like that.
We pay for this parking, and there's no security to guard our cars.
SFPD Central Station reported auto burglaries skyrocket 753% in May compared to the same time last year during lockdowns, and they're still up 75% compared to the same period in 2019.
It's a lot worse. You see it right in front of your business, and they're not scared.
Boom, look, and they don't even care. And you know what they say to us? What the hell are you gonna do?
This family witnessed the culprits in action just before pulling into the parking lot.
This is the car. We saw him bust out the glass and take bags out of the cars.
Tourism operators say business started picking up after lifted restrictions, but are now worried about the long-term impact of visitors staying away.
Will you come back?
No.
Ready to leave?
Ready to leave.
Maybe park somewhere else or a lot safer.
Probably not, no.
I don't want to come back anymore. And I loved it. I love the city, but
They have a great trip here in San Francisco, and then what happens is they go home and they say our city's a shithole.
Ian O'Kenny, the one woman, she's talking about calling 911. That is not what 911 is used for. We know that. But what are the police able to do in these situations?
Yeah, that 911 call is if it's only an active burglary situation, SFPD asks you to call 911. But it all comes down to police catching these thieves in the act, and that is a hard thing to do. You're only going to get a handful of arrests out of the thousands of car break-ins that are reported in this city of San Francisco. San Francisco police last month in May arrested 4 teenagers while they were breaking into cars, and so that's what it really comes down to, if they are there at the right moment. But these business owners are fed up, and so are all these tourists that are coming into the city. You heard from them today. Ken?
It's a tough situation in a lot of cities, not just San Francisco. Kenny Choi reporting live. Thank you. And it's not just the city. San Jose dealing with its own crime issue regarding cars. A spike in thefts. We reported recently the city is seeing a 49% jump in auto thefts for the first 2 months of the year. Police think that it could be partially related to the booming market for stolen car parts.